Hey guys, this is Brittany with Atlas. This is week one of our Get Moving series. So this video is just going to take you through some stretching, posture, gentle movements, things that are really easy to do when you're just trying to get moving and get more movement in your life. Okay, so this is week one. For this week, we just need a little bit of room, a little bit of floor space, and a wall, a blank wall that you can put your back up against. We're not going to be getting on the floor this week. We're going to stay upright doing all of our activities, and then we will do more on the floor stuff as we go throughout the weeks. Okay, let's get started. So first, what we're going to do is get some breathing in. So what I want you to do is standing nice and tall, you're going to open your arms, take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and then we're going to exhale, open our mouth, making that nice exhale breath. And then I want you to wrap yourself up in a big hug, kind of curl your back, do the same thing, inhale through your nose, exhale, open your mouth. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. Wide open arms, inhale. Wrap yourself in a big hug, inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth. One more of each. Wide open arms. Inhale through the nose, open the mouth. Wrap yourself in a big hug, curl forward, inhale. Open up that back. And open up the mouth, exhale. Great. We're going to alternate that with some lateral reaching. So you're just going to reach over with one arm, hand on the opposite hip, kind of lean your body to the side, and then we're going to do the opposite side. Making sure to breathe the whole time. Not really pushing or straining, just going to what range of motion you have, and then come back. Really think about breathing, expanding your rib cage, opening up this side of the body. Good. So 3. We're going to do 2 more on each side. In through the nose. Kind of push that hip off the side a little more on these last 2, so you can get a little more range of motion. Good. Okay, now we're going to go back to opening up. So you're going to open your arms wide. Inhale through your nose. And open your mouth. Exhale. Wrap yourself in a big hug. Try to do opposite arm over the top this time. Curl forward. Inhale. And open your mouth. Exhale. Again, open the arms wide. Inhale. Think about really opening the front of your chest. And open the mouth. Exhale. Just let the breath out. Hug yourself again. Opposite arm over the top. Inhale through the nose. Really curling forward. Open up those spinal segments. And open the mouth. Exhale. Okay. Standing forward, reach over the top, push the hips to the side, back and forth. It's kind of like you're trying to make yourself into the letter C each way. Now you might find that you're a little more stiff on one side or the other. That's pretty normal because we're more dominant on one hand than the other. We tend to be a little off side to side. Not a big deal. You don't need to get them both even necessarily, but doing this kind of bilateral motion will help that open up a lot. Breathe while you do it. Don't hold your breath as you move. Last one on each side. Good. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is warm up our front to back a little. So first, we're going to put our feet about hip width apart, toes facing forward. Thinking about keeping our low back nice and stationary. So one hand kind of on your stomach and one hand on your low back. And we're just going to push our hips back. Like we're going to sit down in a chair, lean forward, and then come back up. And then we're going to arch back, arms up, and back. So hand on the low back, hips moving back. So it's not just me leaning forward through my spine, actually keeping your back straight, hips back, lean forward, and then up and arch back. Making sure that this motion really starts and ends in the hips. So hips move, and the hips move forward as you arch back. It's really easy to just move through my spine, but we want to be moving the hip, spine just goes with it. Good. Reach back, push those hips forward, open up those hip flexors. Good. Hips back, lean forward. And reach back, extending through the whole front line of the body. Good. We're going to alternate this with ankle circles. Now, if you have okay balance, you can just do them standing here, or if you need to hold on to something, that's where that wall comes in handy. So we're going to do big ankle circles, one direction. And what you want to think about is if you have four corners, a box, around your ankle, you want to try to touch each corner. So we're going to do a nice big circle, trying to get as far as you can each direction, not straining to pain, but just see how much motion you have. It should kind of open up as you move. And then let's reverse, go the other direction. Again, trying to hit all four corners if you can. And one more circle. Good. We'll switch feet. Again, just going one direction, all four corners. I would probably recommend doing this with your shoes off if you can. If you're in a place where you can do that. Because why limit your feet in some shoes if you don't need to? Let's do two more circles, hitting all four corners, getting as much motion as we can. The last one. And switch directions. And as we find if you've been wearing shoes all day or on your feet all day, this feels really good to just move your foot and ankle around. We often don't get a lot of movement through our feet and ankles. Good, one more. Nice, okay, let's go back to the hip hinge and extension. So again, hand on the low back, hips are pushed back, lean forward, and then come up, stretch the front of the body, hips come forward, good. Hips go back, lean forward, and then stretch up. Trying to make a nice line that curves backwards. Again, hips back, and then stretch the front, arch back. Make your eyes go with the movement, so when your hips go back and you go forward, your eyes go down, and then when you go up, your eyes go up and back, getting the whole spinal motion. Okay, let's go back to the ankle circles again. One direction, pick one, pick a foot. All four corners, we're going to do 5 nice circles. 4, and one more. Switch direction, another way. Might get some crack pops, that's really common. Not a bad thing unless it hurts. Try to make your toes go, it's not just the ankle, right? Like point your toes towards those corners. You get a little crampy in your foot. Let's go and switch sides. A little crampy in your foot, just kind of back your toes off a little bit, get a little stretch in there. A little cramp isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it just means the muscles have not been used or put in that position in a while. But getting a cramp doesn't help us. So just kind of go to the edge of that cramp, not quite into it, and then back off. Keep going. Got one more on this foot. And switch directions. Good. And one more. Crack of mine. Great. Okay. Moving on to a little more movement here. So we're going to work on our balance first. Again, if you have okay balance and you can stand on one foot for about 20 seconds, we're going to do that. If you need a little help, I recommend having something like a broom or something you can move around that's not attached to the wall, so that you still have to use your balance. You can just use it as a little bit of help. If that's still really difficult, especially if you find your foot is kind of rolling all around and you're not able to keep it flat, which is kind of the idea here, then you can use a stationary object to help your balance. Okay, I'll use the sticks so you can get a visual for that. So if all four corners of your foot stay flat, bring the other leg up just to a 90 degrees, so your knee is straight out from your hip. We're just going to hold there for a 20 count. Breathing, sit up nice and tall. You want to think about through the crown of your head, if you could push it to the ceiling, staying nice and tall. While you're here, think about your toes. You want to kind of spread them apart, keep them flat on the floor. That'll help you stay nice and even, weight across your foot. And relax, let's switch sides. Okay, so let's think about those toes nice and spread. It's all on the floor, we're up tall, and bring the leg up. Breathing, staying nice and tall. This is your time to think about your posture the whole time we're working here. If you're rocking too much back and forth, you can't really get it stable, move to the next level, whether that's an unstationary or stationary help with the balance. And you can think about even weight from heel to toe. And relax. Good. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a wall push-up. what that looks like is I'm going to go against the wall and do a push-up. I'll show you what that kind of looks like. It's like this. So you're keeping your body in a nice straight line. You're not bending your hips back or bending them forward as you go into the wall and back up. Shoulders should be, or hands should be about shoulder height. We don't want any higher than that. We want to keep them a little bit lower, if anything, a little under the shoulders. And then you want to watch your elbows not winging out to the side. So keep them at least 45 degrees or closer to your body. So we're going to do 6 of those. And you can adjust the difficulty of this by just walking your feet further away. So further away is more work. And closer is a little less work. So if I'm here, that's easier than if I go way up here and do push-ups. Okay, so let's do 6 of those. Get lined up, nice straight body on the balls of your toes, just the balls of your feet just a little bit. And go in and out. Good. Keeping those elbows down. Let's do 6. And 3. Breathing. 4. 5. Keep those elbows down. 6. All right, let's go back to balance. This time I'm going to do it without the help. So, all 4 corners of your foot, keep those toes nice and spread and flat. Tall through your posture, top of your head, bring the foot up. We're going to do 20 seconds. Let's do a nice proud chest, not slumped forward. Your ankle might be a little wavery this time. Really think about all 4 corners of your foot grew roots, and now they are holding into the ground, solid as a tree. And relax. Okay, let's go to the other one. Foot solid in the ground, toes spread a little bit, tall posture, and you're going to bring the leg up. Now, I'm giving you the side view because I want you to think about, if you get tall, you should be hips right over the ankle. But if you have a mirror, sometimes you can see that you're like leaning back a little bit or leaning forward, and your hips are kind of behind your foot, and your knee's not quite locked out. We want to get all the way up tall. So lock that knee out. And if you sit up really tall, it'll help align everything as we stand on this one foot. If you need a little bit of help, you can kind of do arms out to the sides. But if that doesn't keep your foot flat, then you need to move to the assisted. Okay, go and relax. Let's do those wall push-ups again. Remember, the distance your feet are away from the wall dictates how difficult. Let's do 6 of them. Hands are a little lower in the shoulders, and go. 1, 2, elbows are 45 degrees or less. 3, 4, up on the balls of your feet. 5, and 6. Nice. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is a side step over. So that means bringing your knee up, over, and then bring the other leg up and over. So you're pretending there's something here that you're stepping over. If you want to, you can put something there, but just make sure it's something you can clear easily. We don't want to be tripping that way. It's really hard to catch yourself going sideways. So knee up, over as far as you can, and then bring the other one. Now the one thing about this is that I can put my foot really far, but then I can't actually bring the other leg up and over. So make sure that you're putting it over a distance that you're comfortable to switch your weight and bring the other leg with you. Okay, so we're going to do those for 30 seconds. And go. Over, over, and back. Back. So we're going to go back and forth here. Using that balance a little bit. Getting those hips moving. Now, this is one of those where getting your knee up really super high isn't necessarily better. So I'm going to turn this side. You can see that if I do that, I kind of bend through my back. But if I just bring it up to about hip height, the rest of me can stay nice and upright as I do this. Good. Almost there. 5 more seconds. Back and forth. And relax. Great job. Okay. Next is a little calf stretch movement. So feet staggered. You want to make sure that your feet are about hip width apart, so they're not crossing over like this. A little hip width, that'll keep your stability. And then get to put your foot as far back as you can while still keeping your heel on the ground. At some point, my heel will come up. And we're going to go just to that point. Toes are facing forward. That back one likes to turn out a little bit. And then we're going to go up onto the ball of the foot and back down. We're going to do 8 of these. You want to think about, again, spreading those toes nice and wide. Even weight from big toe to pinky toe. Doing this without shoes is even better. 7, and 8. Okay, switch sides. Again, just far enough that if you went any more, your heel will come up. Make sure the toes are facing forward, feet are about hip width. And we're going to go up on the ball of the foot and back down. You might get some crack pops with this one too. That's okay, as long as it's not painful. Again, spreading those toes, try to keep the weight nice and even. If you're wearing shoes, you might notice that it's really easy to roll all the way to the front of your shoe. That's not really what we want. We just want to go up onto the ball of the feet. Because then you're just using the shoe. You're not actually doing the work in your calves and ankles. One more. Good. Okay. Last one, we're going to do 3 in this set. It's called a wall plank while moving your leg. So I'm going to give you a side here. It's kind of like that push-up. So this is the wall. The further away I put my feet, the harder it is. So we're going to put our elbow lower than our shoulder. We're going to push away from the wall. Find where it's a little bit difficult, where I have to do some work in my arm to keep my body like this. And then we're just going to swing our leg forward and back. I'll give you the side view of that. So I'm walking my feet away from the wall, my elbow is right into my shoulder, and then I'm going to swing my leg and keep pushing. And swing my leg forward and back, just like this. We're just going to do 10 of these. So pushing tall out of the wall, keeping good posture, swinging the leg. It's about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, turn around, switch sides. So an elbow is just below the shoulder, not any higher. Walk your feet out so you feel some work in your arm. And then we're going to swing the leg forward and back. 2. Feel free to adjust if you need to bring your foot closer or further away to get work out of this. 4. 1 more. And relax. Good. Okay, so we're going to go back to those step overs. 30 seconds. And go. Bring that knee up just to about hip height, not much higher. Good. And going just far enough that you can switch your weight and bring the other leg with you. If you're thinking, what do I do with my arms? Great question. Do whatever feels good to you. It's not a particularly everyday normal motion. It's not really a natural way to do your arms. Just whatever feels good to you. Make sure we're breathing. Should be losing your breath just a little bit by now. And relax. Nice. Okay, we're going to do calf raises. So feet hip width, toes straight forward, just far enough back that your heel doesn't come off the ground. We're going to go up on the ball of the foot and come back down. Now this time, I want you to think about where your weight is set. If all my weight's in my front leg and I just do this, it's not really that hard. And if that's what you need to do today, that's just fine. But you can kind of shift the weight back to get more work in the back, calf, and ankle, and shift the weight forward to get just a little less. So if you just kind of want the stretch more than the work, you can shift your weight accordingly. Okay, switch sides. And up and down. Going for about 8. Two more. Good. Okay, let's go to that side plank with the leg swing. So again, elbow just below the shoulder, walk your feet up so you feel some work in your arm, and then you're just going to swing the leg forward and back. 2, 3, 10, 4, 5. Feel free to adjust where your feet are. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Again, this is one where more motion isn't necessarily better. You see, if I bring my knee up too much, again, I kind of get movement through my back and my hips. And we just want to go back far enough that you feel a little engagement in the glute, maybe a little stretch in the front of the leg, but I don't want to move through my back. So just kind of hip height, and then you can get a little past your other leg coming back. That's fine. If you feel a stretch, that's a good place for you. That should be about 10. 1 more. Good. Okay. 1 more set. We got this. Step overs. Get that knee up to hip height. breathing. Don't hold your breath. Especially as we're getting to the end here. It's going to be easier to hold your breath as you're kind of a little out of breath. Good. Okay, let's go to calf raises. Feet hip width. Foot just far enough back that your heel's still on the ground. Spread those toes nice and wide. Go up on the ball of your foot, no higher. Do about 8 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. Feet hip width, toes straight forward. Just far enough back, your heels still on the ground. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about that weight side to side on your foot, even for big toe to little toe. 7, 8, 9. Oh, I did too many. 9. One bonus for you. Okay. Last thing, that wall plank with the legs swings. So elbow just below the shoulders. Walk your feet as far as you're comfortable, and go. 10 of them. Last thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Switch sides. Last one. Pushing tall away from the wall. Tension through the arm. And go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we are done with day 1, week 1. You might find that you're surprisingly sore in some areas, maybe just some muscles that haven't been worked in a while, some stabilizing muscles. That's not a terrible thing. And actually, the best thing you can do is if you're a little sore tomorrow or the day after, is just go on a walk and kind of just work out any of that soreness. Maybe take a hot bath, do a little stretching. And it's really important that you do another day of activity this week, either this video or something specific to moving your body in different ways. Because just doing it once and then feeling a little tight and then stopping is kind of this recurring cycle where you don't really get through the soreness at all. So at least another day this week, do the other video or do this one again, or do something else that you like to get your body moving. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.